Right, we're now at High Hat, currently looking west towards St Catherine's Point, just about to see the lighthouse down in the Undercliff on the coastal cliff top there. Yeah, so I'm going to have a look at this from both a Cirl Bunting and a Chough point of view. So there's a large spring barley field here. This is Dean Farm, some winter wheat over there. This spring barley isn't low input, but it could be made low input for a stewardship agreement. The landowner here is quite sympathetic. So it's on chalk, as you can see, quite a thin crop, so if it could be low input barley, it's very large, it's a large field, but you know, low input spring barley followed by a weedy stubble here would suit both Choughs and Cirl Buntings. You could see kind of Cirl Buntings feeding along this edge, looking east now towards Ventnor Downs, but Cirl Buntings feeding along this edge in the weedy stubble over winter, and then Choughs obviously forming wintering flocks, or flocks in autumn and winter feeding out on stubble here. Got some game cover crops over there at Dean Farm, Week Farm, potentially good for Cirl Buntings, lots of yellowhammers. More grassland over there, summer grazed by sheep and cattle, so full of orthoptera at the moment, so probably a bit too tussocky and tall for Choughs, but good for Cirl Buntings obviously in summer. Come back round and look at the Undercliff itself, so looking west again towards St Cath's, and then down into the Undercliff. So this is a sheer cliff face, mixture of green sand and chalk, lots of kind of cavities and small caves for Choughs to nest in. It currently has jackdaws and a few pairs of peregrines and ravens, that kind of thing. So just down in the Undercliff, there's Old Park Hotel directly below us, and the fields. The seaward side of that is all triple SI chalk grassland, summer grazed with cattle. Coming a little way, looking kind of southeast now towards Woody Head, which is that white chalky outcrop there, right on the coastline. You can see some cattle in the field there. So it's kind of a mixture of tussocky grassland and some areas of tightly grazed grass. And there's lots and lots of exposed cliff face here, on chalk and green sand, both down the bottom there, the actual sea cliff, and here the inner cliff, which you can't really see. I'll go down a little way to see if we can get a better view of the inner cliff face. But yeah, my assumption here would be that if Chough were released into the Undercliff here, they would nest on the inner cliff face most likely, and probably also on the sea cliff face. It's quite low, the sea cliff face, but it does have the odd pair of fulmar and jackdaws, so clearly some nesting opportunities for Choughs. Just walking west. So yeah, this cliff top grassland is all chalk. This is all triple SI as well. There's an issue here of scrub encroachment, which we can deal with. Natural England's currently interested in expanding the scrub clearance through stewardship. It's already been sub-scrub clearance further east of here on the cliff face, removing holm oak, and that can easily be expanded. Can't really see the cliff face, unfortunately. Looking inland again, looking north. See if I can get a view of it down here. All the way along here on the inner cliff, south-facing cliff, there are numerous opportunities for nesting Choughs, I think. You can see how tall the cliff is. I can't really get any closer, so I'm terrified of heights. But it's a sheer open cliff face. So yeah, you could potentially have Chough release pens down anywhere really along this bit of coastline. One of the landowners further east of here, the direction I'm looking, has kind of tentatively, or is interested in potentially hosting a Cirl Bunting reintroduction, and may well be keen on a Chough reintroduction there as well. That land used to have a rare breed survival trust farm on their land down in the Undercliff, so they have some kind of background in aviaries with birds in. They used to have birds in some of their aviaries. See if I can get a better view of any cliff down here. You can see the kind of the arable up here outside of the Undercliff is dominated by a mixture of winter wheat and spring barley. There's no maize up here. The reason they're sowing so much spring barley is because it gets stormy up here in winter. It's kind of exposed to southwesterlies, so you kind of can't really grow an autumn crop very successfully, although they do. I think this is autumn wheat or winter wheat. That's an assumption. It may not be actually. I know this is definitely spring barley. Where are we? We're kind of 21st of July now, I think. See if I can get a view of the Undercliff down here. Be quite a major kind of challenge to clear some of this cliff top scrub or the cliff face scrub, just because you would need professional climbers with climbing gear to kind of abseil down the cliff face to clear the scrub. Obviously on the cliff top here it can be more easily cleared on level ground, but then as you go over the cliff, a bit more challenging. But there's plenty of very open cliff face, completely sheer, so it's not covered in scrub. I can't get a view, unfortunately, further down, but gives a good impression, I think, of the St Lawrence part of the Undercliff.